Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finale of our first season here on F1 Manager 24. Our Team Lotus save, of course. I hope you've enjoyed the season so far, and we've got so much to fight for in this final episode. If you didn't watch the last episode, go back and watch that one in Qatar. Max Verstappen showing his dominance, winning from Carlos Sainz, Checo Perez in P3, Liam Lawson finishing P7, and Enzo Fittipaldi finished last. And we're going to show you how important that Liam Lawson P7 was, because as we go to the final race of the season, constructors standings, we are just 6 points behind the Silver Arrows Mercedes. Yes, we're in a lot of debt and we don't know what's going to happen next season, but could we finish on a tremendous high? We certainly hope so. The other thing to be decided is the constructors title. Red Bull could still beat Ferrari, so we're going to keep an eye on that as well. So there are 2 constructors battles to happen. Driver standings wise, Verstappen's got it won. Carlos Sainz is currently in P2, but Charles Leclerc could pip him to that. Liam Lawson most likely will finish in P7 as long as he beats the Mercedes. Just to show you the F2 drivers and constructors and F3 constructors and drivers there, if you are interested. But it all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. 58 laps around here, where there has always been drama, and it's going to be a fantastic end to this season, I am sure. Car attributes, top speed and medium speed cornering, very, very important. They expect a strategy. You can try a one-stop, but the two-stop is normally the way to go. Just to bring you up to date on what's happening with the cars, Enzo Fittipaldi's cars is really in bits. He's not really going to be a factor in this constructor standings unless he somehow pulls something out of the bag, but Liam Lawson could very much be. He's the man that has led the charge in the second half of this season. He's got all the best engine components, and he's got a really decent looking Lotus car wheeled out of that Norfolk garage, and it's going to be very, very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time in this first season, I will get through practice, and I'll see you in Abu Dhabi for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Well, I think we've seen it all. Lewis Hamilton has been backing up Liam Lawson on this final qualifying lap. We got a little bit of a tow down one of the straights, but it must be said Liam Lawson has been looking at the back of Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes. I don't think he's going to be looking at the back of it tomorrow as he comes up to the line. Where is Liam Lawson going to go here? As he crosses the line, he stays P9, and I've got to be said, I'm not too impressed with Lewis Hamilton's conduct there, it must be said. Let's just fast forward on to see who is going to be on pole position for the finale. It's going to be Max Verstappen, of course, in the battle against the Ferraris in the constructors. He's on pole position. He's topped every qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton has a grid penalty, so let's get to the strategy. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, final strategy of the season. Liam Lawson, he's starting on the softs, going on to the mediums, then going on to the hards towards the end. Fittipaldi is doing a free-stop strategy, soft, 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 then some mediums towards the end. That is the only way I see him getting any sort of result today, is using up those tyres and being on the tyres at the right times. So P9, P21, the duel in the desert starts now.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. You and I won't be the only ones keeping an eye on Oscar Piastri, Karun.
They're fourth on the grid, so I'd expect to see them mount a challenge for the top 3 in this race.
Right, let's get to it then. Hold on tight, it's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go, and all eyes on Liam Lawson, who of course is up against George Russell. Let's see on board. We've just got the television camera, and we can see George Russell going for a move. He's dropped back, actually. He's actually made a move on Fernando Alonso. Has Liam Lawson. Fantastic work from him. We're going to ride on board with him as he's pushing on, and now looking at the back of Lando Norris, who cuts across quite aggressively, it must be said, and cut back comes Fernando Alonso. But will Liam Lawson manage to hold it round the outside? It looks like he will. Now he's going to get a run out of that corner. He looks like he got a great exit out of that left-hander, and we can see George Russell's tucked in behind Yuki Tsunoda at the moment, but Liam Lawson, he's up to P8. Great start from Liam. Meanwhile, what's happening at the back here? Fittipaldi fighting with Pierre Gasly towards the back as they all... I mean, look at that move from Pierre Gasly, by the way. We can see that George Russell's actually looking like he could lose another position here. No, he's managed to stay just side by side. Let's have a look at George Russell and Tsunoda fighting all the way here, and it's George Russell who he's going to have to sit in just behind, but he's still still got the inside line. He dives down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda. More desperation than anything from George Russell. But Yuki Tsunoda into P11, then Russell into P10, Lawson in P8. But looking good at the start of this Grand Prix. This could be a huge moment in the championship, both championships if you want, because Charles Leclerc has just locked up, and let's just have a little look what's happened here. Charles Leclerc locks up and he doesn't quite get back on the circuit as well. You can see a lot of cars going past, including Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson is now up to P7, Russell into P9, Lawson's on the back of Norris and Piastri, Stroll's in P4 at this moment, Sainz is leading. As things stand, we're going to be looking at this a lot today, constructors standings is what we need to be looking at. As things stand, we would still be 7 points behind Mercedes in the driver's standings. That's not too good at all, but we can see now in the constructors as well, Ferrari would drop below Red Bull. How crucial could that be? Fittipaldi is had a spin. Let's have a little look at this. Into the left-hander, you can see he just loses control. And that sums up Fittipaldi's second half of this season. As we cut back to the live action on lap 9, you can see Lawson still in P7, but Lance Stroll is dropping like a stone at this moment in time. So Liam Lawson doing what he's got to do at the moment. Got another yellow flag on circuit. Is there going to be a safety car? There isn't. It was just a quick double wave yellows, but now we can see Liam Lawson next Esteban Ocon. We're going to have a look, because this is a driver that we're possibly looking at for next season, should we be able to afford one. Esteban Ocon, let's have a look at this little lockup. You can see, my word, that has got to have killed those tyres, it must be said. Esteban Ocon not having a nice time in the Alpine. Fittipaldi's not last, he's 21st at this moment in time, just sorting out his tyres after that spin, but Liam Lawson doing what he's got to do to hang on to Lance Stroll. We've got a safety car on circuit, and it is Fittipaldi. And we are going to have to now come in to the pits. We are going to switch on to the medium compounded tyre, I believe. Actually, no, we're going to go hard. We're going to change it. We're going to go on to the hard compounded tyre with Liam Lawson. So Liam Lawson is coming into the pits. Fittipaldi has retired. His gearbox has given way. Lawson will be in this lap. We're just going to watch the replay of Fittipaldi retiring. His gearbox has just blown. Fittipaldi is not very happy on the radio, it must be said, as the sun is setting here in Abu Dhabi. Now, that could be suggested that that's broken down just as Liam Lawson needed it to, but he's going to be pitting this lap, as is Verstappen, Sainz and Perez. Oh, what tyres are they onto? They're onto the hard compounded tyre. He got held a little bit there, did Verstappen, but it's not going to affect him too much. Norris is in, Stroll's in, as is Liam Lawson as well. I'd be amazed if George Russell chooses not to pit, but George Russell is on the hard compounded tyre. Will he come into the pits here? This has not felt nicely for George Russell, but George Russell is in. Let's have a little look at what everybody's going on to. Liam Lawson is coming in on soft compounded tyre. He looks like he's had to wait a little bit there. Now, where is George Russell? George Russell's into the pits. He's onto a set of medium compounded tyres, but he gets held. He gets held. Liam Lawson on the edge of the pit lane. He comes out in P6. George Russell lost a little bit of time there. He's down into P11. P6 for Liam Lawson. That works beautifully for him. And we can see George Russell down in P11. Safety car is in this lap, and Max Verstappen on lap 15 will lead us away. It's Verstappen from Sainz, Perez in P3, Norris in P4. They have both got slight mechanical errors at this moment in time. Stroll is in P5, Lawson P6, then comes Piastri, Tsunoda, Alonso and Leclerc. As things stand at this moment in time, Verstappen leads us away, but as things stand, as you can see in the Constructors, Red Bull would win the Constructors title and we would finish 3 points behind Mercedes. Another couple of positions for Liam, and we beat them. Another couple of positions and we beat them, and this is what we need to do, because Liam Lawson, he dives down the inside of Lance Stroll. Is it legal? You let me know down in the comments, but Liam Lawson gets the job done, and you can see in front of him now, he's got Norris and Perez in front of him, DRS wide open. As we cut back to the live action, we're just going to calm it down on the tyres and on the fuel a little bit, but Liam Lawson now is in the DRS of Lando Norris, I believe. This works very, very well for Liam, but he's got to stay in that DRS. It's absolutely crucial he stays in that DRS. He's just dropped out of it at the moment, but we're pressing on to get back in it. Liam Lawson's going backwards rather than forwards. It must be said he got DRS as well, and Piastri, just in that McLaren, managed to get past him. Dive down the inside, similar move to what Lawson made on Lance Stroll, and now Liam Lawson's down to P8. Not gone so well for him in this stint at the moment, but hopefully Piastri can drag him back up to the back of Lance Stroll, which he's looking to do at the moment. These two cars in front with mechanical issues we're keeping an eye on. Lap 20, still all to play for, and Sainz now leads Verstappen. We've got a crash on circuit. We're just keeping an eye on what's happened. It's not brought out a safety car. It's going to be Logan Sargent in the Williams. I mean, this man's struggled this season. Could he possibly find himself in a Lotus? I mean, driving like that would suggest otherwise. Heavy breathing from Logan Sargent. Liam Lawson's burnt his tyres a little bit to try and get back in the DRS of Lando Norris. It's not quite worked. He's in P6 at the moment. P6 would not be enough to beat the Mercedes. So at this moment in time, there'd still be 4 points in it. This final stint is going to be so crucial. George Russell has pit on lap 30 and he's gone onto a set of soft compound tyres. There are no way those make them to the end. So now George Russell looks like he might be on a free stop. Liam Lawson's just making sure his tyres are working and trying to just control this train. If they share DRS, we're rather happy with that. Lap 30, Russell pits. Hamilton now into P10, but Lawson currently in P5. Norris has just pit as well. He's onto the softs. You'd suggest he's pitting again. Could be very interesting towards the end of this race. Charles Leclerc now leads this little train, and it must be said, let's just have a look at this now. He's overtook him in the perfect place, if I'm honest, because although Lawson tried to defend it, Leclerc dived down the inside for Ferrari. Obviously, he's fighting for a constructor's title at the moment, but we don't mind that because what that has done has given Lawson DRS. We can see that Lando Norris behind him as well has got DRS, and this works well for us because this will just drag us on for the final bit in this hard compound tyre stint. Then we're onto the mediums towards the end. Liam Lawson, is he going to get DRS once again? He should do. He doesn't. Lando Norris gets DRS. This could be crucial in this race, especially when he's got Lance Stroll behind. Russell's in P10 now. We reckon he's stopping again, but Liam Lawson, if he can just control himself, get himself back in that DRS, it could be crucial towards the end. Front cars are pitting on lap 37. We're just keeping an eye. They've got another set of hard compound tyres, the guys at the front. We haven't. We're having to fight at this moment in time. We've lost a little bit of time here, but we're going to be in next lap onto a set of mediums. And into the pits comes Liam Lawson. Now, George Russell, of course, on the soft compound tyres. They're dying a little bit now. He's going to have to do 20 laps on these medium compound tyres. We're not too concerned about that. We've got cars around us that we could possibly beat. Are we going to do enough today to get P4 in the Constructors? In comes Liam Lawson for a set of medium compounded tyres. If we ever needed a decent pit stop, this would be it. 2.7, we're not too upset with that. Now, where is he going to come out? We can see Alonso and Stroll both coming down the start-finish straight. Liam Lawson, is he going to come out behind Fernando Alonso? Is he going to come out in front of Fernando Alonso? It's going to be very tight. He comes out behind, but he will get DRS on the Spaniard. We'll take that. He can get these tyres up to temperature now, and that'll work fine. Lap 38, pit stops complete. Race to the finish now. George Russell is into the pits once again with 15 laps to go. We're just keeping an eye on what this means at the moment. He's onto another set of soft compound tyres. Is it a decent pit stop for George Russell? It seems to be. So George Russell will come back out on circuit. Liam Lawson 5.4 seconds behind Lando Norris, who's on. I mean, it's looking very difficult to catch any of these guys in front of us now. Alonso and Stroll are going to be the rear gunners. P7 won't be enough on the day. We can see at the front Verstappen's winning from Sainz. Perez is up there, but Perez has got to pit again. It's going to be so close. We'll come back when everybody's pit. Russell's now out in P11. What does this mean for the constructors? It means that we would finish 6 points behind Mercedes and Ferrari would win the title. How close is this going to be? 15 to go. Verstappen leads. 7 laps to go. Russell and Hamilton are now both in the points for Mercedes at the moment. Fittipaldi, you see, it's 1 versus 2. If you look at it with Lawson and Mercedes, we've got to be quite disappointed with that. But Lawson, Perez has got a mechanical fault. I don't even think P6 would be enough at this moment in time unless Norris, Perez and Piastri all took each other out. The likelihood of that happening is not very likely at all. We're just ensuring with Liam Lawson now that he gets to the end of this Grand Prix all in one piece. But Verstappen leads from Sainz and Leclerc. But as it stands, is that going to be enough? It isn't. Oh dear, oh dear. Perez has got a big mechanical fault as well. I think the constructors is going to Ferrari. Final lap of the Grand Prix, and it must be said not too much has happened since you last joined us, but this man has been imperious all season. We're just watching the final sector of his season because Max Verstappen, I mean, what can we say about this man? He's been fantastic. He's won the Drivers' Championship, and as could prove to be the case in real life, he hasn't had a teammate capable of helping him win the Constructors, but Max Verstappen comes across the line and wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz will come home in P2, but we're going to now focus on this man, and this man is Liam Lawson, because Liam Lawson, to be fair to him, started the season rather shaky. It must be said, smashing the car up. We weren't overly keen on the driver with Sainz. He got the potential but wasn't delivering the results, and now it seems towards the second half of this season when unfortunately he's going to be driving for Kick Sauber for the next 3 years. He's finally found his form. Lance Stroll's looking to attack him, but I can't see Lance Stroll is going to get anywhere near him, if I'm completely honest, as he comes around this final sector. As long as this Haas gets out of the way in good time, which it should do, Lance Stroll is trying to attack but won't be able to. But Liam Lawson, he's had a very, very good season. He's won a Grand Prix. He won in Las Vegas, gave us one of the best results of the season. And fair play to all the Lotus team. Under difficult circumstances, we've managed to perform this season, and we're going to finish P5 in the Constructors. Great work from everyone. It's going to be an interesting break now with the financial difficulties, but we'll forget about that for now because we've got one more podium to see.
We can see Ferrari celebrating now. They know that the Constructors' title is theirs.
And you know what? It was a close-fought competition. I think we all found it a tough championship to call.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
Another win this year, and you know what? I wonder if they've lost count by now.
Has he lost count? I'm sure he hasn't. Max Verstappen's superb, but the Ferrari guys can be very, very happy taking that Constructors' Championship from Red Bull. Great work from them, and the champagne rightly should be flowing in Maranello. Let's just cut now to the final classifieds of the season, because as we saw, Verstappen winning from Sainz, Leclerc in P3, then came Norris, Piastri, Perez, Lawson, Stroll, Russell and Fernando Alonso. Great work from Lawson, just not quite enough to win us that Constructors. Hamilton in P11, and we go all the way down to the bottom. We can see Fittipaldi and Tsunoda were your two DNFs. Honourable mentions for Magnussen, it must be said. He lost 4 positions again. It's not been a good season for him. Ocon looked very, very shaky. But Nico Hülkenberg gained 4 positions. Your final driver's standings, Max Verstappen won the Drivers' Championship. 12 race wins, 17 podiums, 2 sprint wins and 12 pole positions. Saw him win on 485 points. Sainz finished P2 and Leclerc finished in P3. 4th for Lando, 5th for Perez. Not quite good enough for him. Piastri P6. Lawson won 1 race, got 2 fastest laps and 2 DNFs. He also got 2 podiums as well. Fittipaldi didn't get any podiums but did get 5 DNFs, and crucially that is what has cost us this season. There were a few drivers without any points: Ocon, Albon, Bottas, Gasly, Sargent and Zhou Guanyu. Probably one of them will be driving for us next season. Constructors standings wise, as we saw, Ferrari won on 813, Red Bull on 775, 3rd for McLaren, 4th for Mercedes. We finished 2 points behind Mercedes in the end. Aston Martin got 99, and as we can see, 3 teams yet to score a point or did not score a point was Alpine, Williams and Kick Sauber. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you've enjoyed that. Please do like and subscribe. Great first season. Team Lotus, what will become of us in the break? We'll start the new season on the next episode, and I hope to see you all for the beginning of the next season. Ta-ra!